Hello, welcome to Hatha Vinyasa Flow. My name's Amy Sullivan. I'm a yoga teacher. I'm also a health and nutrition coach, and coming to you live from Joshua Tree today. We have a slightly different background. I'm excited to be in the desert, and we're going to do a little flow, and I thought we would focus on just getting into our bodies today, feeling in some different stretches, some different twists, breathing in and focusing a little bit on gratitude, just feeling something that we're grateful for as we flow throughout. It's a nice opportunity to just get into that space. So this morning we're going to begin in a nice, easy seated position. So you can find something that's comfortable for you. You could do cross leg as you are here. And if you want to, for the first couple poses, you could also sit in a chair if that feels more comfortable for your body this morning. That's totally fine. If you are in a chair, I even have a bench today to just demonstrate chair things. So if you are in a chair, I just say, make sure your feet are grounded so you have parts of your body that are contacting in with the earth, okay? So finding your comfortable seat, whatever that looks like for you, and then you can bring your hands to your lap. If you would like to be in more of a receiving mode this morning, palms facing up. If you would like to be a little bit more grounded, a little more centered, palms facing down. And then root down into your sit bones to lengthen up through your spine. Draw your chin slightly backward to feel the back of your neck lengthen and grow long. So you're being nice and tall through your torso, through your spine. And then perhaps you close your eyes for just a moment. That feels comfortable, or you could shift your gaze just gently downward for a moment. And just allow yourself, first and foremost, to arrive here, to just notice yourself in your space, on your mat, one with you. Notice the points of contact of your body with the earth. And now start to notice your breath, the gentle rise and fall of your belly and your chest. Just notice it moving, flowing rhythmically, smoothly. Now let's take a nice deep inhale here. So as you draw your next breath in, allow that air to travel all the way down into your belly and to fill it. Allow it to expand outward. Allow your lungs to also fill with air, expand, go nice and big. And then hold it at the top. And then a nice big exhale, let it all come out. One more time, nice big inhale in. Hold at the top. And then a nice big exhale out. And now, my friends, I invite you to use your yogic breath, your ujjayi. So as you inhale, this time seal your lips together. And start to breathe evenly in and out through your nose. And as you breathe in and out through your nose, allow for a gentle constriction in the back of your throat. So it's almost like like you're fogging up a mirror kind of noise, but your mouth is closed. So it's gonna have like a little furnace building in the back of your throat. And this will help build heat and focus throughout your practice. You can keep this ujjayi breath, or you can shift it whenever you want. And just before we move into our flow, to our asana, our physical practice, take a moment to think of something that you are grateful for. It could be a thing, it could be a person, it could be just the fact that you woke up this morning. Just something that brings you a little joy, a little blessed feeling. And hold that in your heart, hold that in your mind, and bring that into your flow today. And with that, my friends, if your eyes are closed, go ahead and flutter them open. And from here, we're sitting. So inhale, your arms high, stretch up, fingertips up high. And then as you exhale, twist towards your right. Let your arms come down as you twist. Your left arm's gonna arrive on your right knee, or your knee, to give you that support to leverage your twist. And then your right arm might be next to your right hip, or maybe you have a little more space this morning and you have your hand behind you. Use your hands to both press down to lengthen your spine upward, and to also help you twist a little bit deeper as you exhale. Take one more big inhale here. And then as you exhale, gently release, unwind, come back to the center line. Let's do the other side. Inhale, arms up, stretch. Exhale, twist to your left, allow your hands to drop down. Your right hand finds your left knee. Your left hand is to the side or to behind you to help, once again, lengthen your spine and twist from your belly button, from your spinal center. So we're just kind of awakening all the muscles along your vertebrae here. Take a big inhale. And then as you exhale, come back to your center line. Little awakening twist. Roll your shoulders around. Get into your body for a moment. And then let's come onto our hands and knees for some cat-cows. So as you find your tabletop here, let your feet be hips width, your knees stack under your hips, your wrists underneath your shoulders, and then spread your fingers out nice and wide. Let's as you draw your next breath in, drop your belly down, cow pose, lift your hips up high, squeeze your shoulder blades together in the back and draw your heart forward. Look up and lift your chin up to lengthen through your throat. Take one more big inhale here. Exhale, cat pose. Tuck and round, tuck your pelvis, tuck your chin towards your chest. Press your hands into the earth to spread your shoulder blades wide apart. And then let's take a few of these in a breath to movement, a flow. Inhale, cow pose rather. Drop your belly down, shine your heart forward. Exhale, cat pose, tuck and round. Send your spine towards the ceiling. A few more like that. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Let's do one more. Inhale, cow. And exhale, cat. And your next inhale, come back to your tabletop, so neutral spine. And now let's come into child's pose. So bring your big toes to touch. Keep your knees spread wide apart. In fact, you could even widen them a little more if that feels all right. And then shift your hips back over your heels. And then walk your hands forward to allow your heart to drop down towards the mat. Rest your forehead on the mat. And then you can continue to shift your hips back as you drop your chest down and pull your fingers forward to give you a nice big stretch and lengthening through your whole spine. Take a nice big inhale here. And an open mouth exhale, sigh it out. And from here, friends, tend to your right fingers like you're holding a little cupcake. So you puff your palm of your hand up to make a little space underneath your right arm. And then begin to feed your left arm. We're gonna thread the needle here. So your left arm is coming underneath. Fold your left shoulder down on the mat. And you're just using your right arm to make a little space. And then you can remove that cupcake with the fingertips and you can press your whole palm into the earth. You're getting a little twist here. Your shoulder opener, and maybe this feels amazing and you use your right hand on the mat to give you a leverage to get a nice shoulder stretch, or maybe you take a little half bind and your right arm comes up in the air, elbow bends, and your hand rests on your back. These are all just variations. You find what works for your body today. Feel into it. Make adjustments as needed to be comfortable throughout your practice today. Take one more big inhale. And then as you exhale, unwind your bind. So release your left arm from underneath. Come back to a regular child's pose. So stretch your fingers out in front of you. Drop your heart down, forehead down. And then tense your left fingers up. Make that cupcake with your left hand to lift your left arm up. And start to walk your right hand underneath. Weave it through. Drop your right shoulder down, your right cheek down to the mat. So just a little mini twist, mini shoulder stretch here. And then your left hand now can be used as leverage to press into the mat to enhance your twist. Or maybe you find that bind with your left arm resting on top of your back. And then wherever you are, take a nice deep inhale. And a nice big exhale, unwind your bind, come back to child's pose here, back in the center. And then as you inhale, come rising back up to your tabletop. Separate your feet hips width apart. Spread your fingers out nice and wide like a bright shining star. Align your pointer finger, your index finger parallel to the long edges of your mat. Or maybe even spin your fingers out a little bit. That's gonna broaden your shoulder blades and give you that good opening through your chest. Engage your abs up and in. Tuck your toes under. Inhale here. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your hips up high. And then we're first down dog of class, perhaps the first down dog of your day. So let's ease into it. Bend one knee as you straighten the other. And press down evenly into all four corners of your hand. Let the energy rise up through your arms. Rotate your armpits toward one another, and then send your belly button towards your thighs to lengthen your spine. You can bend your knees as much as you need to here. Focus more on that lifting of your hips, lengthening of your spine, rather than getting your heels to the mat. And find stillness in down dog if you're still moving your legs. As you inhale, come to the balls of your feet. So up on your tippy toes, bend your knees a lot and look forward towards your hands, towards your thumbs. And then as you exhale, take a few giant steps to the top of your mat. Find ragdoll pose. Bend your knees a lot here. So maybe you even I like to rest my chest right on my thighs and bend a lot. And then shift a little more weight towards the balls of your feet to feel how that lengthens and loosens your spine up a little bit. Grab onto opposite elbows. And maybe you sway side to side here. Shake your head, yes and no. You can bend and straighten your legs. Play around with gravity, decompressing your spine. And then come back to center here. Come back to stillness. Release your hands down to the mat. Root your feet down. Tuck your tailbone under and start to curl up to standing. One vertebrae at a time, nice and slow and controlled. Your head will be the last thing to rise up. Roll your shoulders back and down. Beautiful, everyone. And here we are at the top of the mat. So you can choose, I'm just gonna spin so you can see me. You can select from the top of your mat to keep your feet hips width apart. If you want just a little more stability in your stance this morning, that's a great choice. You could also bring your big toes to touch with a sliver of space between your heels. But wherever you are, hips width or toes together, ground down through your feet and feel your thighs lift up off your kneecaps. Tuck your tailbone slightly under and draw your abs in. So you've got a nice, strong, sturdy base. And rising up to the top of your mat, inhale, mountain pose. Lift your fingertips up high. Pause here. So as you stretch your hands up towards the sky, maybe you're hitting your ceiling like I am right now. And spin your pinky fingers forward and tuck your tailbone slightly under to lift your hip points. Draw your lower ribs inward. Take one more big inhale, stretch a little taller. Exhale, open twist. Draw your right arm back, left arm forward. And shine your body towards your right side. Then you send your hip points back towards the front of your mat and squeeze your shoulder blades together in the back to open through the front of your chest. Beautiful job, everyone. Inhale back to that mountain pose. Untwist, lift your fingertips up high, look up. Let's twist to the other direction. Exhale, open mountain twist to the left. This time extend your left arm back, right arm forward, stretch your fingers front to back. Once again, as you kiss your shoulder blades in the back to open through your heart. Root down through your legs. Inhale back to mountain pose, unwind, stretch up. Exhale, lat pull down, a little micro back bend. So I'm gonna turn so you can see this way. Cactus your arms out and draw your heart upward. And then finish the back view. I'm again squeezing the shoulder blades. It's like you're doing a lat pull down at the gym. So you should feel your back muscles light up. And find a slight tuck in your tailbone to give you that opening through your front body. Inhale back to mountain pose one more time, stretch up. Exhale, forward fold, hinge from your hips, bow, bend your knees as much as you need to as you bow forward. Let your head hang low. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Place your hands on your shins and then parallel your spine to the mat. Roll your shoulder blades down towards your tailbone to lengthen through your spine. Take a big inhale here. Beautiful job. As you exhale, low lunge, plant your palms down onto the mat and step your left leg back. And drop your left knee down, your back knee down, and then rise on up to low crescent moon. We're gonna pause here for a moment. So the tendency when we come into this pose is to dump into the lower spine. And what we wanna do is lengthen. So begin by tucking your tailbone under to lift. So you have lengthened through my torso area, and then hug your outer hips inward to give you that strong foundation to lengthen even more through your torso. Then stretch your arms up, palms facing toward one another. Keep squeezing your thighs toward one another, towards your midline. Take an inhale here. And then exhale, low lunge. Plant your palms, lift your back knee up now, and then step back to high plank pose. You could be up on your toes or you can be down on your knees. Either way, draw your abs up and in towards your spine. Really root down with your hands to ignite your chest and roll your inner thighs towards the ceiling. Take one more inhale as you come an inch forward, and then exhale, lower all the way down to your belly. Keep your elbows in as you come down. And then walk your hands to your lower ribs, point your elbows to the sky and hug your elbows in. Untuck your toes. Inhale, cobra pose. As you roll your shoulders back, lift your heart up. Draw your abs up and in and press your pelvis into the mat. Maybe your hands hover here. Bring the crown of your head forward to lengthen your neck. Take one more inhale. Exhale, lower your head back down, your shoulders back down. Option to bend your knees now. Bring your feet up towards the sky. And we're gonna do cobra with a little hamstring curl. So keeping your feet as they are, draw your abs in, inhale, rise up, cobra pose. So squeeze your thighs together, press your pelvis into the earth to protect your lower spine. Send your tailbone down towards your knees. Inhale here. Exhale, lower down. Let's do one more of those, just opening up through the heart, strengthening your back. Inhale, rise up, cobra pose. Maybe you squeeze your thighs together a little bit more as you send your tailbone down towards your knees to protect your spine. And then exhale, lower down. Tuck your toes underneath on the mat and raise up to tabletop or high plank. Press up. Draw your abs up and in to help lift you. Exhale, downward facing dog. Lift your hips up high. And take a few breaths here to reset, recenter. And then on your next inhale, come to the balls of your feet, bend your knees and look forward. Exhale, forward fold. So you could take a big step or maybe you hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back, lengthen through your spine, draw your crown of your head forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up to mountain pose. Let's flow with the sun A. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, rise up, mountain. Exhale, open mountain twist to the right. Right arm back, left arm forward. Squeeze your shoulder blades together in the back. Inhale, mountain pose, back to center. Exhale, open mountain twist to the left. Left arm back, right arm forward. Squeeze your shoulder blades together, open your heart. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, lat pull down, micro back bend. Shine your heart up, cactus your arms out. Inhale, rise up, mountain. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, low lunge. This time, plant your palms and step your right foot back, stretching out through the other side. Drop your right knee down, and then rise up. Find your legs first. So once again, find that little tuck in your tailbone. You might find a nice stretch through the front of your right thigh here. That's what we're working on. And then draw your abs inward towards your spine to lengthen. Then bring your arms up, palms facing towards one another. Stretch up as you inhale. And exhale, low lunge. Plant your palms, lift your back knee up. And then exhale, step back, high plank on your knees or on your toes, either way. Draw your abs up and in. Inhale, come slightly forward. Exhale, this time lower halfway down. Keep your elbows in and gaze slightly forward as you bend them down toward that 90-degree angle. Then inhale, upward facing dog. Draw your heart forward, hands back. Pause here for a moment. Press the tops of your feet into the earth to lift your thighs off the mat. Send your tailbone down towards your heels. Take another big inhale here. Exhale, downward facing dog. Use your abs and your legs to lift your hips high. Take a nice inhale and a big exhale. Open mouth, sigh it out. Come back to something you feel grateful for today. It could be the same thing or maybe something different. Just something. Maybe you're grateful for all the amazing directions your body can move, how strong it is, that it walks you from place to place, that it carries you through life. Come back to your Ujjayi breath. On your next inhale, come to the balls of your feet, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, forward fold, step or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen your spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise up, chair pose, Utkatasana. Sink your hips back, bend into your knees like you're sitting down in a chair, and shift your hips backwards. So if you look down, see if you can see your toes. You're looking to be able to see your toes. Really zipper up your thighs and squeeze your glutes. Draw your abs in, and then bring your arms up. Squeeze your shoulder blades together, rotate your armpits toward one another. Beautiful job. One more big inhale here. Exhale, stand it up, bring your hands to heart center, shake your legs out. Beautiful job. So your chair pose, you could be legs together, or again, you can have your feet separate, but as you sink down in it, drill into your heels to fire up your quads, your hamstrings, and your glutes. That's gonna protect your lower spine. And so once again, inhale, chair pose. As you exhale, bring your hands to heart center, palms touching one another. And then as you inhale, draw your crown of your head forward, shift your hips back, sinking lower in your chair. Exhale, chair twist to the right. Drop your left elbow down. Press your hands into one another to twist you from your belly button, from your navel center along your spine. And your bottom elbow is looking, it's attempting to find the inside or the outside of your right thigh. Maybe it makes it there today, maybe not. And then you can keep pressing your hands into one another to enhance that twist even deeper. Or maybe you open your arms for the last breath or two to fly. Stretch your fingertips top to back. Take a big inhale here. Exhale, forward fold, shake those legs out. Beautiful job. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, high plank to low plank vinyasa. So plant your palms, step your feet back to that high plank. Maybe you're on your knees, come slightly forward. Allow your elbows to stay inward as you lower halfway down. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful job. From here, my friends, inhale your right leg high. Three-legged dog, kick it up. And as you send your toes away from you, root down into your hands. You make one long line of energy from the palms of your hands to your right toe tips. Take one more inhale here. And then exhale, low lunge. Step your right leg all the way through. Draw your abs in to bring that leg forward. Excellent job. Walk your left hand in towards your right foot. So coming towards the center line of your mat. Root down with your hand. Squeeze your thighs together. As you inhale, draw your right elbow up towards the sky alongside your body. As you exhale, revolve, low lunge twist. Straighten your right arm, shine your heart out towards your front thigh. And continue to squeeze your legs toward one another to give you that foundation, that base. Beautiful job. Take one more inhale here. Exhale, low lunge. Bring your right arm back down. Face your torso forward. Inhale, crescent pose. Rise on up. So once again, we were just here with the back knee down on the ground. And you could bring your back knee back down on the ground if that feels more accessible today. Or you can keep the back knee lifted. Press your weight into the heel of your front foot, ball of your back foot, and then squeeze your outer hips together to lift you higher. Once again, find that tuck in your tailbone, lift through your hip points and draw your abs in. Then arms come up. Take a nice big stretch here. Lift your fingertips up higher. Squeeze your thighs together. Big inhale. Exhale, warrior two. Just open your arms out. I'm gonna spin myself around so you can see my face. Bend into your right knee here. Shift a little more weight into the heel of your front foot. And now the outer knife edge of your back foot. And that's gonna help you open through your hips and your heart. And then once again, stretch your fingers front to back and squeeze those shoulder blades together and along your back of your heart and gaze over your right fingertips. Take one more inhale here. One more exhale, sink 1 inch lower. I know you can. Inhale, reverse warrior. Keep your legs just as they are. Draw your right hand up. And your back arm could be resting down on your back thigh. Or maybe you take a little half bind, you wrap your left arm around your waist, or it's in some position in there. Recommit to the bend in your front knee as you raise your right fingertips up. Inhale, stretch through your right ribs. Exhale, extended side angle. So first parallel your arms and then stretch forward, hinge from your right hip. When you can go no further, tick-tock your arms down to 6, up to 12, and then shine your heart out. Yes, I see you. You look fabulous. Root down into both of your feet. Engage both your thighs. Inhale, reverse triangle. Rise up, straighten your front leg and swap your arms. Stretch up once again. Bring your right hip slightly forward and shift more of the weight into the ball of your front foot. One more big inhale here. And then exhale, high plank to low plank vinyasa. Or you could step straight back to downward facing dog. So plant your palms, spin your back foot in line with the front, step your right foot back, and maybe you just shift your hips right back up. Or if you want a little more today, you go through your vinyasa, lower halfway down, inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Beautiful. Take a nice big inhale here, and a big exhale, side out. Come back to your yogic breath, your ujjayi. Inhale, come to the balls of your feet, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, forward fold step, or maybe you hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose, Utkatasana. Sink your hips back, lift your arms high. Draw your abs in towards your spine. Squeeze those glutes. Take one more big inhale. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, shift your hips back as you draw the crown of your head forward. Draw deeper into your bend. And then exhale, chair twist to the left. Drop your right elbow down to find the inside or the outside of your left thigh. Press your hands into one another to twist from your belly. And use those hands as the leverage to continue to deepen your twist. Can you drop your hips a little bit more back? Zipper up your thighs. Pretend you have a dolphin tail. And then maybe you open your arms for the last breath or two. Stretch your fingers top to bottom. Continue to squeeze those glutes and thighs so strong. You're taking one more inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Shake those legs out. Inhale, halfway lift. Lengthen your spine forward. Exhale, high plank to low plank, or maybe you go straight to downward facing dog, whatever serves you best in your body this morning or today. Morning for me might not be morning for you. So at this moment, whatever serves you best to get you to downward facing dog is what you should choose. And then from here, my friends, inhale your left leg high, three-legged dog. Kick your left leg up and stretch from your hands all the way up through your toes. Draw your abs up and in. Take one more inhale. Exhale, low lunge. Knit your abs up to give you that leverage to drop your left foot through. Squeeze, walk your right hand in next to your inner left foot, coming into our little revolved low lunge twist. Hug your thighs toward one another, and as you inhale, lift your left elbow up towards the sky, drawing it alongside your body. Exhale, revolved low lunge twist. Straighten your left arm and shine your heart outward towards your bent knee in the front. So just like we've been doing in a lot of other poses with our arms extended, feel the squeezing of your shoulder blades together in your back. Roll your shoulders down away from your ears. And then you can stretch your left fingertips higher. Beautiful job. Inhale. Exhale, low lunge. Drop your left hand back down. Inhale, crescent pose, rise up. And find your strong, solid base here. So this is a lot of thighs. Feel your outer hips rotate, wrapping inward to give you that strength. And squeeze your thighs toward one another. Send the weight into the heel of your front foot, ball of your back foot. Tuck your pelvis under, draw your abs in, then your arms come up. And feel into this pose. Take one more inhale here. Exhale, warrior two. So fan your back foot out 45 degrees. So you're finding a heel to arch alignment with your feet. And take this front knee and rotate it a little bit more outward to open through your hips. You're trying to align your knee toward your second and third toe on your foot. And then keep your knee above your ankle. If it's way in front, you probably need to step a little bit wider in your stance. And then arms out, gaze over your left fingertips. Take an inhale here. And an exhale, sink just 1 inch lower. Inhale, reverse warrior, same legs. Lift your front arm high. Back arm rests on your back thigh, or maybe you wrap it around your waist. Get a little bind, a little shoulder opener. Take one more nice deep inhale here. Exhale, extended side angle. Parallel your arms, hinge from your hips, draw forward. Then shine your heart out. Stretch your arms up and down. Roll your shoulders down away from your ears. Root into both your feet so you're feeling stable foundation and grounding in both feet, both ends of your body. Inhale, rise up, reverse triangle. Straighten your front leg as you swap your arms. Shift a little more of your weight to the ball of your front foot. Take one more inhale here. Exhale, vinyasa, high to low plank, or maybe you go to downward facing dog. Find your way. We will meet in that downward facing dog. Your vinyasa, you inhale upward facing. And exhale, downward facing dog. Gorgeous job. Take a few breaths here just to reset, recenter. Maybe you come down to a child's pose, take a moment. And we're gonna take that little flow we just did into a breath to movement. So we'll move a little faster, more fluid through it. And on your next inhale, come to the balls of your feet, bend your knees and look forward. Exhale, forward fold, step or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Let's dance, my friends. Inhale, rise up, chair pose, Utkatasana. Sink your hips back, lift your arms high. Exhale, chair twist to the right. Bring your hands down, drop your left elbow down, sink your hips low, zipper up your thighs. Beautiful job. Take one more inhale here. Exhale, forward fold, release your hands down towards the earth, straighten your legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, vinyasa, high plank to low plank, or maybe you go straight to downward facing dog. Exhale as you lower halfway down for your vinyasa. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. From your down dog, friends, inhale your right leg high. Exhale, low lunge, step your right leg through. Walk your left hand towards your right foot. Inhale, revolve, low lunge twist. Lift your right fingertips high. Exhale, low lunge, bring your right hand back towards the center line of the earth. Inhale, rise up, crescent pose, bend into your front knee, shine both feet forward. Exhale, warrior two, open your arms up, bend into your front knee once again. Inhale, reverse warrior, keep your legs the same, lift your front arm high. Exhale, extended side angle, parallel your arms, stretch forward, draw your left arm up, shine your heart outward. Inhale, reverse triangle, rise up, straighten your front leg. And then exhale, high plank to low plank, plant your palms, spin your back foot forward, and then make your way. Maybe you go straight to downward facing dog or vinyasa. And you can always come to your knees for these. You could add push-ups if you're really feeling energized this morning, make them yours. We will meet in downward facing dog. Take a nice big breath here and a big exhale. As you inhale, come to the balls of your feet, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, top of your mat, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose, Utkatasana. We're gonna do the other side. Exhale, chair twist to the left. Bring your hands to heart center. Twist from your belly button, drop your right elbow down to find your knee. Take a nice inhale here. Exhale, forward fold, untwist, straighten your legs. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, high plank to low plank or head to your downward facing dog. Your way, vinyasa. Vinyasas are an opportunity to build a little bit of extra heat and flow, always optional. From downward facing dog, inhale, left leg high, three-legged dog. Exhale, low lunge, step your left leg through. Walk your right hand to the center of your mat. Inhale, low lunge, twist, lift your left fingertips high, shine your heart outwards to the left. Exhale, low lunge, bring your left hand back down. Inhale, crescent pose, rise up, bend into your front knee. Tuck your tailbone under. Exhale, warrior two. Open your arms up. Inhale, reverse warrior, same legs, lift your front arm high. Exhale, extended side angle. Reach forward and then shine your heart out. Lift your right fingertips high. Inhale, reverse triangle, rise up, straighten through your front leg. Exhale, high plank to low plank. Vinyasa. Beautiful time, beautiful job. Meet me in a downward facing dog. I'm gonna see what that chat was. Woohoo. It's not cooperating. All right, going back to it. I will check out your chat at the end of class. All right, from down dog, take a nice big inhale, everyone. Open mouth, exhale, sigh it out. Come back to that thing you are grateful for, or think of something new, something else that you are grateful for on this beautiful day in your life. And on we move from here, my friends. Inhale, come to the balls of your feet, bend your knees, look forward. Exhale, forward fold, step or hop to the top of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift, lengthen your spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose, Utkatasana. Once again, gonna do a little bit of a balance challenge here, my friends. So you inhale, sink 1 inch lower. Exhale, chair, airplane arms. Keep your legs the same and press your hands, swing your hands backwards so that your palms are facing away from you. Shine your heart forward as you squeeze your shoulder blades together. Draw your abs in to open your heart even more. Beautiful job, everyone. As you shift all your weight over to your right hip, squeeze your right glute. All your weight's going to your right leg. Inhale, one-legged mountain. So as you rise up to straighten your leg, lift your left knee up. Tuck your tailbone down to lift your hip points. Flex your left foot. 2 strong legs. One more inhale here. Exhale, we're gonna step back to crescent pose, so kick your left leg back. You can pause in airplane pose if you would like a balance challenge. So continue to drill into your right foot, squeeze your right glutes, and then find those press your hands up towards the ceiling, squeeze your shoulder blades together, draw your heart forward, flex your left foot. And so that's your balance opportunity. And then when you've had enough, step your left foot back. Find your crescent pose. Beautiful job, amazing balance. So once again, bend into your front knee and hug your outer hip line inward to give you that stability, that base. Tuck your tailbone under, draw your knees in, arms up. And from here, friends, you might want to heel toe your right foot, your front leg out just a little bit so your stance is a little wider. We're going to come into a little twist, and that's going to give you a little more leverage and space and balance. So inhale here, exhale, draw your hands to heart center. And just like we did with the chair twist, now our legs just happen to be split apart. As you inhale, draw the crown of your head forward, hinge from your hips and lengthen through your spine. Hands still at heart center. Exhale, twist to your right. Drop your left elbow forward. So maybe you stay right here, or maybe you separate your hands, you put your left hand on your outer right thigh to give you that extra leverage. Or if you have the space this morning, maybe you bend a little bit deeper and your left elbow drops down to the outside of your right knee, if that's available. So plenty of options. You can be right here, maybe your hands on your glute, feeling a little twist from your belly center. And if you have the left elbow down on the right knee, maybe you fly your arms open for one more breath. Beautiful job. Big inhale, big exhale. Now it's a power move, friends. Inhale back to crescent pose. So squeeze your thighs together, root into your feet to lift your hands high. Beautiful. Exhale, warrior 2. So I'm gonna spin round once again. Coming into triangle, so straighten your front leg. And now you might wanna shorten your stance front to back, just makes a little more, space. Parallel your hands to the earth. Gaze over your right fingertips. Take a nice inhale here. And then as you exhale, triangle pose. So reach forward, hinge through your right hip, send a little more weight into the ball of your front foot, a little micro bend or maybe a bigger bend in your right knee. And then you can reach no further forward, drop your right hand down, lift your left hand up, and then twist from your belly button to shine your heart out. And options here, if you have a block, you can put your hand on a block. Your lower hand could be on your shin. It could be on your right thigh. You could use a chair or a bench here to get a little bit of leverage, to give you a little rest for your hand. And then wherever your arms have gone, roll your shoulders down away from your ears as you squeeze your shoulder blades together in the back. We've been warming up for this with all these stretches of our fingers, opening of your heart, squeezing of your back midline. Beautiful job. Option to stay right here, or option to come into another balance challenge, half moon. For half moon, gaze down at your right foot, bend into your right knee, and shift your weight forward onto your right leg. So you're gonna rise up off your left foot. Maybe you tense your fingers on the ground, or once again, you could have a block or a bench or something for your bottom arm to come down to. And then rotate your left toes outward. Shine your heart out and lift your left fingers high. Beautiful. And when you are done balancing as a moon, come back to your triangle. So bend into your right leg, gently step your left foot back. And then everyone, inhale, rise up, back up to standing. Beautiful job, shake those legs out. So strong. All right, can you hear me? Can you guys hear me now? Looks like you guys can hear me.
Can hear you.
All right, cool. On to the no mic system, plan B. Okay, back to your chair pose, everyone. I'll make sure I speak up. Back to your chair pose, inhale. Exhale, chair airplane, press your hands back behind you. This time, move your weight over to your left foot. Drill into your left heel, squeeze your left glute and your thigh. Press back, draw your heart forward, abs in. Inhale, one-legged mountain. This time, your right knee will lift up. Root down into your left leg to raise your whole body upwards. Flex your right foot. We're going to go into our balance challenge. Step back to crescent pose. Maybe you pause in airplane pose. And once again, draw your head forward. Take your right leg back. Draw your abs up and in, put your hips down. Flex your right toes. Roll your inner right thigh up towards the ceiling. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. And then when you've had enough, step your right foot all the way back down to the mat. And we're in our crescent pose, so bend into your front knee. And once again, you might want to take a little wider stance, so heel toe your foot out a little bit, so you're a little broader towards the long edges of your mat. Arms up, inhale. Exhale, draw your hands to heart center. Shift your hips slightly back. Exhale, twist. Revolve, crescent twist. Drop your right elbow down to meet your left thigh. Or maybe your hand is on the outside of your thigh and your left hand's back behind you. Finding your version of twist on this side. Continue to squeeze your thighs toward one another, even though they're technically apart. Drawing them towards each other energetically is going to help give you that stability, that base. Keep pressing your hands into one another to leverage a deeper twist, or maybe for the last breath or two, you fly, your arms open. Beautiful job. And then the strength moves coming. Inhale, back up to crescent pose, lift your arms high. Beautiful job. Take one more inhale here. Exhale, warrior two, open up. I got a big old bee in here. I'm gonna open this door and see if he gets out. He's buzzing like crazy. We got the wild desert out here today. Okay, so we've got our warrior two coming into triangle and half moon on the other side. So as you inhale, straighten your leg, keep your arms parallel. Beautiful job. Gaze over your right fingertips. And as you exhale, triangle pose. So first hinge in your hips and draw forward. Keep a little bend in your right knee and shift more of your weight to the ball of your front foot. And then maybe hinge forward no more. That's when your right arm comes down. Your left arm comes down, your right arm comes high. And your left hand's gonna find whatever it finds to give you that good reach and balance. So maybe that's your shin, maybe it's your thigh, maybe it's a bench or a chair. And then once again, roll your shoulders back and down away from your ears. Squeeze your shoulder blades together in the back as you stretch your fingers up and open through your heart. Beautiful job. I want you to stay right here. You can come into that balance, the half moon on the other side. For that one, bend into your front knee, your left knee, gaze down at your foot, and then look a little bit forward, maybe a foot in front of you. Shift your hand forward to give you that little balance and a little bit of leverage, and then lift your right foot up, your back foot up off the earth, and point your toes out. And stretch your right fingertips high. And then maybe your left fingertips are tented down, maybe they're resting on a chair or a bench. There you go, I see it. Amazing balance, everyone. And when you've had enough, when you are ready, make your way back to triangle pose. Take a nice bend in your left knee, your front knee, to gently bring your right foot, your back foot back down to the ground. Then you can straighten through your front leg. And let's all rise on up. Beautiful job. Inhale here. And as you exhale, point both your toes out towards the long edges of your mat, so they're facing forward. And from here, we'll come into goddess pose. This guy, I don't know, can you guys hear the buzzing? That's got a big old bee. He's like a couple inches big. Anyway, hopefully you can't hear it. So now point your toes outward, heels in, and inhale, start pose, lift your fingertips up, stretch. Draw your abs in. And then as you exhale, find horse pose or goddess pose. Just sink your hips downward, bend into your knees, align your knees over your toes. So everything's kind of coming out at an angle like a big V. Now bring your hands to your thighs. As you shift your hips back, draw the crown of your head forward, press into your thighs with your arms. We're just gonna do a little twist, a little feel-good twist. So twist towards your right from your belly button. Maybe bend your elbows a little bit. And then once again, you can use your hands pressing on your thighs, your left hand on your left thigh to help enhance that twist a little bit more. Take a nice big inhale here. And then as you exhale, gently come back to center. Inhale, go taller through your spine. Let's do the other side. Exhale, twist to the left. And this time, maybe you bend your right elbow to help facilitate a deeper, more enhanced twist. Take a big inhale here. And then as you exhale, gently come back to center. Root into your heels now. Inhale, rise back up to your star pose. Stretch your fingertips up high. And then exhale, bring your hands down to your hips. This time, put your toes forward, so now they're pointing out. This is coming to a wide-legged forward fold. So as you inhale, draw your heart up, little mini back bend. Tuck your tailbone under to lift your heart up. Squeeze your shoulder blades together, look up. Exhale, forward fold. So root into your feet, bend your knees just a little bit, and draw your abs up and in. Hinge from your hips and come down. Your hands might come to the earth. You might want to do this leaning down to a chair. You can bend your knees as much as you need to here. Shift a little more weight towards the balls of your feet. And keep a micro bend in your knee, if not a bigger bend. And then maybe you find a place where your head can just rest and dangle down. If you have the space, you can walk your hands in line with your feet. Or maybe you can walk your hands behind your feet, all the way through your legs. And gazing down. Where can you soften from here? Where can you let a little bit of relief come? Maybe that's from your jaw, maybe it's from your face. Keep that micro bend in your knees. Beautiful job. If your hands have walked back, away from your shoulders, walk away like behind by your feet or anything, walk them underneath your shoulders or keep them on a chair if they're supported up on a chair rest. Root into your feet a lot, squeeze your thighs together, add a micro bend to your knees, engage your abs, inhale, rise back up to seated. Start to stretch your knees up. Beautiful job. Exhale, bring your hands to your hips, step your feet together, make your way up to the top of your mat. We're gonna do one more option for a vinyasa, or you can come down to a tabletop. Inhale, mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold, hinge from your hips, down forward. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. And then exhale, vinyasa, or straight to downward facing dog. Plant your palms, step back. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a nice big inhale here. And a big open mouth exhale. Stick your tongue outside out. Let something go. And a beautiful job, friends. Everyone come on down to tabletop pose. And then just come up onto your knees. So from here, we're gonna do a little heart opener, a camel pose. So you wanna have, you're aiming to find a 90-degree angle from your heel through your knee to your hip. So feet and knees are the same distance wide apart. They're about hip distance. From here, bring your hands to your lower spine. Point your fingers down, like you're putting your hand in your back pockets of your pants. Point your elbows backwards. Roll your shoulders back and down. Squeeze your shoulder blades together a little bit. And then begin to press your knees and feet down into the mat. As you press your hips forward, so use your hands to gently bring your hips forward, squeeze your shoulder blades together, and lift your heart up, look up. Little camel pose here. So as you press your hips forward, your knees down, and your heart up, roll your shoulders back and down, away from your glutes. Lift your chin higher, just getting open through your whole front body. And your hands on your lower spine is a great place to be. If you have the space and you want to try, you can also bring your hands down to meet your heels and then recommit to that squeezing of your shoulder blades, that opening of your heart, lifting of your chest. Totally optional. Just two different expressions, same pose. And when you've had enough, you're ready, draw your abs in and Press your knees and feet into the earth. Draw you forward and back up to sit to your sitting. Beautiful job. Bring your feet and knees together in a modified child pose for your embryo. So shift your hips back, legs are more closely together, and then draw your crown of your head, your forehead down towards the mat. Bring your hands down by your feet. And then take a nice deep inhale here, round through your spine. Really allow the air to travel into your back body, your back ribs as you fill up. And then a nice big exhale, side out. Put your hands underneath your shoulders so that you can press yourself up back to a seated position one more time. And then roll onto your hip side of choice and spin your legs around to the front of your space. Bring your legs out in front of you and round down evenly through both your sit bones. So maybe you're moving a little flesh out of the way so you can feel both sit bones rooting into the earth together. You can have a little bend in your knee, that's just fine. If you have really tight hamstrings, you can also sit up on a cushion. You're gonna do a little forward bend. And you should be pretty warm, but if you're feeling it, you can be on a cushion. You can bend your knees as much as you want. Flex your feet. Round down through your sit bones, arms up, inhale. As you exhale, stretch up and even sure your hips come forward. Imagine that I'm pulling to lengthen you, so you're coming up and lengthening through your torso. And then at some point, you'll have gone as far as you can go. You bring your hands down, and they will go to whatever they find. So maybe it's your shins, and again, you can bend your knees a lot here. And then find a place where you can relax in and surrender down. Take a big inhale, then a big exhale, side out. Beautiful. Use your hands to walk up your legs to lift your torso back up. If you have a cushion, move it out of the way. We're going to roll on down to our backs now. Bring your hands behind your hips to bend your knees and draw your hips forward. And then curve your spine out like a little C and roll yourself down to lying down on your back. Beautiful job, my friends. Walk your heel, or hug both your knees in. We'll just go into this. So hug both your knees into your chest. And then keep your right leg. And you can take your left leg. You can either put your left foot on the mat, keep your knee bent, a little more gentle on the lower spine. Or if it feels all right, you can play with straightening out your left leg. And either way, hug your right knee nice and tight into your chest. Rotate your right knee more around in a circle. Give it a nice big inhale, a little love. And as you draw your right knee towards your right armpit, feel a little opening through your inner groin area. Press your left thigh towards the earth if your leg is straight. Take one more inhale here. And then a little exhale, supine twist. Use your hands to draw your right knee all the way across your body. Stack your right hip over your left, your top hip. And then extend your right hand out behind you. Look, gaze back behind you to the right. And maybe you close your eyes. And as you allow your body to just rest in and surrender, I invite you now, my friends, to release your yogic breath, release your ujjayi, and shift your breathing more to those longer, deeper, slower inhales and exhales. Take one more inhale here. And then as you exhale, find a nice gentle route back to the center. Come back to be on your back. Hug both knees into your chest for just a moment. You can even out your spine. Maybe rock and roll for side to side. And then hug your left knee into your chest, whatever you did with your other leg on the other side. You can keep your right foot on the mat, knee bent. You can extend your right leg long if that feels okay. And then as you hug your left knee tight in towards your body, rotate your left ankle around. Continue to pull that knee in towards your chest and over to the left. So it's almost like you're pulling it up towards your armpit. A little more of an opener through your groin. Take one more big inhale here. And as you exhale, supine twist on this side. Use your hands to guide your knee across your body. Extend your left arm out behind you. Maybe you close your eyes. Give yourself permission to just breathe in, heading towards our final rest. Take one more big inhale. And as you exhale, make your way back to the center one last time. Hug your
Knees into your chest, make a little ball with your body. Hug your nose in towards your knees, and as you give yourself a big old hug, a big old squeeze, think some gratitude for you, for giving yourself a whole hour, a whole 60 minutes just for you, for yoga, because you are so worth it, my friends. Take one more big inhale here, squeeze everything, your fingers, your eyes, your ears, your nose, your toes. And then exhale, find your resting pose, your Shavasana. Extend your legs out long. Take any wiggles out of your body. I'm gonna mute myself so you don't have to listen to a buzzing in the background. And then give yourself a few minutes of precious rest here. I will call us out in just a moment. Enjoy your Shavasana. Breath. Allow any supportive thoughts and feelings to wash over you. Shower you with love and gratitude. Bring in any micro movements that feel good. Maybe you wiggle into your fingers and your toes. Rotate your wrists around in a circle. Rotate your ankles. And then letting that go. Stretch your hands above your head. Nice big morning stretch from your fingers to your toes into magical, amazing. There's nobody like you in the world, so let that light shine you. Take one more inhale. And then as you exhale, bring your hands down. And maybe you stay lying down to close, or maybe you find a nice, comfortable seat to close out class. Option to keep your eyes closed if that feels good and supportive. Maybe bring your hands to heart center, hands in your lap. Coming back to that concept of gratitude, I invite you to think into that thing, that person that brings a smile to your face, that you are always reminded that you are blessed to have as part of your life. I invite you to take moments throughout the day to think of one thing, even if it's just, I'm grateful for the breath I just took, I'm grateful for the light that turned green, I'm grateful for the food on my plate, all those different things. And just notice as you shift and focus on that gratitude space, if it changes the rest of your day. With that, my friends, the teacher in me honors, thanks, appreciates the teacher in you. Have a blessed and beautiful day. Hands to third eye center. And I am grateful to all of you for your patience while we had this loud buzzing bee and my microphone dropped out. And so that's the real yoga, my friends, is can we be present and flow even when things are distracting. So I really do appreciate if it's been a distracting journey for you. You guys are troopers for sticking with me. I appreciate it.